Hello, or as they say in some parts of this continent, hola. My name is Chet, veteran of the National Football League, 2009 member of the Buffalo Bills practice squad. This is Chet's Picks, brought to you by mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles your deposit. I, of course, am getting a little cut on that action. My agent negotiated that. I have the same agent as I did from the 1 year I played on the Buffalo Bills practice squad. He's really good. His name is Randy Hauser. He operates on the backside of the McDonald's in Akron, Ohio. Every single week, I will be picking the games that the Buffalo Bills play. This week, they're playing Green Bay. The spread, minus 9.5. So I bet you're wondering right now, who do I have on this game? Well, I hate to break the news to you, but it's going to be the Bills all the way. This is an up-and-coming team. This is a wonderful team. Beautiful young men, beautiful, handsome young boys on that team. Pink, tight, hard-bodied young men going out there on the gridiron every week. Trust me, I used to be one of those men. I know a little something about a rock-hard body. Okay? So this is what's going to happen. The Bills are going to Green Bay. All right. Now, Green Bay as a community reminds me a lot of Buffalo. It's a very blue-collar place. You know, it's on one of those big lakes. Got a lot of blue-collar people. It's one of those just tough boy towns. The only difference is Buffalo isn't filled with a bunch of pieces of shit like Green Bay is. Let me tell you something about that community. You know why? You know why they call them the Packers? You know why they call them the Packers? It's because they pack that stadium every Sunday because there's nothing better to do out there. This is a community of losers. This is a community where all they have is football. We're not talking any major universities like when I went to school at Arizona State. I was also a JUCO, so I did go to Juilliard Community College in Akron, Ohio. Listen. Green Bay's going to have a tough time going up the Bills. They got a great squad this year. I don't know exactly who's in on the squad, to be honest with you. My ESPN radio cut out on my 18-wheeler, which is my current career field. Unfortunately, I was cut from those 2009 Buffalo Bills, so I didn't really get to see my career in the National Football League go through, per se. So I did have to take a job as a long-haul truck driver. I listened to a lot of ESPN radio, and unfortunately, my radio cut out recently, so I haven't been able to keep up to date with the roster. I was kind of shuffled through school from the JUCO to the university phase because of my football accomplishments. Unfortunately, I never really had to attend class. Arizona State isn't what you would know. It'd be known as an academic school by any means. Thank God, because I'm not a fucking nerd. Speaking of nerds, who creates these point spreads to begin with? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know how they work, okay? I was too busy playing sports like an alpha male to do any of this beta male shit, like try to distinguish how numbers work. What are they doing? What are they taking into an equation here? Are they talking about how, you know, like maybe the quarterback's wife is banging the running back of the team and he's not going to be as focused this week? Does that add 0.2 or subtract 0.2 to the equation? What are they going off the injury list here? Okay, because like a lot of football players, like myself, they can deal with lower lumbar issues. No, to be honest with you, I got my lumbar issues from long-haul truck driving across the country over and over again, sitting in that truck, not from the National Football League, but still, a lot of football players, I can empathize with a current NFL player, how they could have any injury issues, be going through any problems that might affect the point spread as a whole for the team. Let's get back to Green Bay, that piece of shit community with piece of shit people. Don't you think it's kind of pathetic that tiny little coastal community in bumfuck East Coast, Wisconsin gets to represent the whole of Wisconsin? Don't you think it's a little sad with communities like Madison, communities like Milwaukee, communities like Hudson, La Crosse, Superior? They have to be represented by that shit heap of a community. You ever been to Lubbock, Texas? I have. During my days at Arizona State, we played those Texas Raiders. And I noticed the second we went through the town lines of Lubbock, I could instantly smell the thick stench of shit all over my nose from all the cows around there. It's kind of like the difference between going from San Diego to Tijuana. It's the difference between going from Kuwait into Iraq. Everything changes instantly. Like going from Bulgaria to Romania. Everything changes instantly. And I smelt that when I went into Green Bay myself for a preseason game in 2009. Fortunately, I didn't get to see myself through the regular season. I was cut after the third preseason game. You know, they got to make they got to make room on rosters for legacies, if you will. You know, the Barbers and the Mannings and all those legacy families where they don't get by on merit, they just get by on family name. So I remember going into Green Bay during that period, and as soon as we went into Green Bay, you just got the stench of shit in your nose from all the cows, because there is nothing to do in that community other than be a raging, barely functional alcoholic who goes to football games on Sunday. I don't know. They probably molest children too. It might be part of the industry out there. I don't know. I don't want to libel an entire community, but they seem a little sketch with how they deal with children out there. I don't know. I was only there for a few days. I just people looked a little off, if you will, which is again why they probably have a historically successful football program, is they get to focus all their attention on diddling kids and watching football. Not a lot to do out there, in between bouts of severe alcoholic depression that they go through on a daily basis. Hold up, I'm going to take a drink of my wonderful Killcliff Ignite. I, of course, am not sponsored by them. As a former professional, I'll be honest, I'm a former professional athlete. As a former professional athlete, I had to swat off constant sponsorship all the time. Everybody wanting to get a piece of me and a piece of my fame, like Randy's Car Wash in Akron, Ohio, of course. When I made that 2009 Buffalo Bills practice squad, a hometown boy made it big. Randy's Car Wash, of course, wanted me as a spokesman right away. Unfortunately, I got cut. The deal couldn't go through. My agent, no fault of his own. Give me 1 second while I'll take a beautiful sip of this Killcliff. You see how I chug that? That's what alpha males do. Okay, this is what we got going on right now. I want to talk a little bit about sexuality real quick. I don't want to deviate off topic too much, okay? Unlike those kid diddlers in Green Bay, I like to be with women. But let me tell you something right now. I don't kiss women. I'll tell you why I don't kiss women. That's beta male shit. Affection is for beta males. My sole purpose on this earth sexually is to breed. So I go in, do what I gotta do, and I leave. Just like on the football field. You put me in the outside linebacker position, I go in and I make an attempt to sack the quarterback, and then I leave because coach pulled me out. I wanted to name the show Alpha Talk, by the way. I didn't want it to be purely Bills-centric, but of course, as a veteran of the Buffalo Bills, we did have to settle on Chet's picks and me focusing specifically on the Bills every week. The original name I was pitching for this show is Alpha Talk. I like to talk about all things alpha male. I'm in a very alpha job. I listen to the radio all day, and I drive a long-haul truck cross country. You don't even want to know the routes I've done. Portland to Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. That's a feat within itself. I don't know if you've ever done that drive. And as a truck driver, I'm getting tops 3 hours of sleep every night. And the amount of time I have to pick finding good locations to rest up at where you're going to have prom, lot lizard capabilities there. And also you got to take an equation. When you pull into one of these places and you get yourself with a lot lizard, most of these women, they're modern women. They're modern 21st century women, and they make you wear a condom when they blow you, which is unfortunate because it takes me longer to ejaculate when I'm wearing a condom receiving fellatio. So then, at that point, what 3-hour window I had for sleep, maybe at that point I'm getting 2 hours of sleep. And like an alpha male, I'm back on the road. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Denver, Colorado, Minneapolis, Minnesota, but you better believe I'm never stopping in Green Bay, not by choice. The only time I've ever been to Green Bay is, of course, when I was a player in the National Football League, and I had to go and show what I was capable of on that field. And unfortunately, I was cut after that game. You only get so many roster spots, and of course, you got to make room for the legacies. So every week, I am going to be picking the best individuals playing, which is, of course, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills every week. I'm going to be honest with you. I have faith in my Bills. And if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. I'll tell you that right now. I'm a stubborn mule. I'm a stubborn Bill, if you will. So every week, you're going to be hearing it from me. Buffalo Bills versus whoever, and I am doing it. Check out these eyes right here. Check out these eyes. Bills, minus 9.5. Bank on it. Good night. Good luck. Go Bills.